we kick it. Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked, can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Wait. Need a light here just to catch my buzz. Need Sprite here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
On the return, the Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
On the pickup.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Not a productive opening drive, 3 and out, and more struggles for a team really that hasn't won a game in a long time.
It can be really discouraging for everyone else on the team, especially the guys on the other side of the ball that have to trot out there and see a little more futility in this losing streak. So I know coaches who look at these situations and say to themselves, let's be aggressive. Let's go for it right here and try and turn our fortune around.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
31-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Naeem Hines, his first carry. Michael O.J. Mudia with the tackle.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv, and you run into a tough crowd.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. And he's into the clear. The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They kind of got to look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. A good burst there, gets him 7 up to midfield.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From midfield, here's Locke. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
They go play action here on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
54, right there, 54, Mike. No game on this defense, no game. Whip, watch the whip. Chopper,
to throw again. Locke. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
64, weak. Exit. 90 is a Mike. Come up the ball. 90 is a Mike. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Shotgun snap to Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
For the field goal, a 62-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
And a Colts first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Jonathan Taylor, the ball.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
And 2 at the Broncos' 23-yard line.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. They run with Hines. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
He was taken down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
This is Hines. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. 1, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got 1 there. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, 5. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Brings up 2nd and goal. At the
6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Colts 7, Broncos nothing.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. One more time with Jacobs. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
That ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. 2nd and 6. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Complete.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
First down, Indianapolis.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now it's Hines. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Hines, the ball carrier.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
At the 46-yard line.
2nd and 8 coming up. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. A good running there by Jacobs on 1st down as he's able to take this forward for a gain of 6.
Leonard on the tackle.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Block now on 1st down. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They run it with Jacobs. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
40-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On second down now, it's Jacobs. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
He was brought down by Michael.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
The ball carrier.
Nyheim Hines with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenge.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so it might as well have not even had the penalty.
1st and 10 here, and if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. He's got the first down here inside the 30, and he gets this one down to the 24. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Clock now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Got Gordon open, completes it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
Down at the 8-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Ball on the 8, it's 2nd and 4.
Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
From the gun, it's Locke. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for Melvin Gordon. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. Something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman and REA Sports Halftime Report. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Second and 3. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Hines. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Hines, the ball carrier.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They run again with Hines. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the #1 thing he does best is tackle.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's got room. Past the 20. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Colts add on to their lead. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it. But the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride it maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, Locke. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Running is Jacobs. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's got some space here. The 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Locke going to try and throw on third down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up fourth.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Locke to throw for it on fourth. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38. They begin the drive with Hines. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
Yard line, 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Hines, the ball carrier.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete.
Complete to Jordan.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
28. Broncos.
As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hines. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown.
Nyheim Hines. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
On the return, the Broncos take over 1st and 10.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. On 1st down, Locke. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and now it's 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Locke working out of the gun. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this will be caught at the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Jacobs now. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Ball carrier.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Brought him down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will not get away. He stopped short of the marker. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to hit right in the ship following that 2-game losing streak. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Hines. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 1st down. It's Taylor. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll keep it on the ground. Hines. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get him much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves him with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker.
Tonight's final